I'm on the line with Keyla Richardson, one of my favorite Sundays, BET Sunday Best contested, the top finalist. So Keyla, thank you so much for joining Tougher Than Nails. It is a pleasure to have you on the line. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great this evening. I can't complain. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just going to let you know, Tougher Than Nails is just it's a show that's connected to some hoodies, some hats. It is just a different, unique thing. That we talk about forgiveness, we talk about trust, and surrendering is the nails that represents our product. But on Tougher Than Nails, we have a Tougher Than Nails artist in the spotlight, and for some reason, well, I know the reason. It was nothing but God. You came into the spotlight. I am so in love with So Good. I love your single. So I just want to know what got you started into gospel music, and who are some of your influences?
Well, I've been singing since the age of 5. Since I can remember, I've been brought up in the church all of my life. I'm a preacher's kid, and I'm actually a praise and worship leader. But I started off singing at the age of 5, and I can tell you now, I didn't like singing at first. I'll tell you that. Like, I used to feel like I was forced to sing, but as I got older and I got in high school, and I had the video on Facebook to go viral, people were beginning to tell me how much of a blessing I was to them, and how I helped them overcome some stuff that they was going through by my ministry. And so that's what kind of kept me pushing and going and singing and doing what I do now today. And God is so good. I don't have many musical influences. I kind of trying to be my own person, so right. I kind of just critique myself and perfect myself. But I can say, to collab with somebody, I would definitely have to say Ricky Dillard. So I can't say that. Ricky Dillard is awesome, and I would love to collab with him.
Great choice. Now look, Keyla was on what season that was, Keyla?
Season 9.
Season 9's BET Sunday's Best. One of my favorite Keyla performance was when you flipped Mary J. Blige's song, when Kurt was like, "Hey, get into it," and you was like, "No what? I never got into dancing and singing," but you tore it up. One of my favorite performance of yours, because it brought that young anointing. You still got a combination of that old spirit in you, because I've been watching and following you. So let's go ahead and talk about the song I'm so in love with, So Good. How did that song come about?
Well, we was in the studio one day laying some other songs. We was just laying some songs, and my producer, Sean Keynes out of New Orleans, shout out to him. He, after we got done laying and had the session that we had, he introduced us to this other song. He was like, "Oh, Keyla, Uncle G, I got this song that I want y'all to hear." And so he let me and Uncle G hear it, and we sitting there listening to it. But I could tell when it started, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got to record this song, Uncle G." I was like, "This is definitely me." Now, I'll tell you, when we first started to record So Good, we had to lay it down a couple times, because I wanted it to sound a certain way, and I wanted to deliver the message to people that God is really so good, and I wanted people to feel that, like I have a testimony. And so when Sean, let us hear the song, we knew right then and there that, oh yeah, this is it right there. This gonna be a hit. And so we laid it down. We came back to the studio in New Orleans probably a couple of weeks later and laid the song down. And that's how we got So Good. Oh,
So Good. I love the song. We're gonna play So Good tonight on in our music segment. It is one of my see, I pick like the rising stars, and Uncle G knows, man, when he was working with another artist, so Alexis Spike and a few other younger artists that comes in. But I gotta say, Keyla, he knows that I'm a real person, and I keep it real. That you, by far, to me, has a certain anointing about you, man. Like I'm blown away by that young connection. You're really is destined to shine. Trust and believe. I cannot wait to see what God does for you, more from you.
Thank you.
But let's talk about BET real quick. How was that experience on BET Sunday's Best? Was it a lot of work? Was you a little nervous? Let's talk about that.
Oh man, the BET experience on Sunday Best, where it was, it was amazing. It was such a learning experience, and I took so much home with me. And I can definitely say if you was not ready, as an artist and, just ministry-wise, that Sunday Best definitely made you and prepped you for that, made you ready. And like I said, I was definitely nervous. I was absolutely nervous. But, I just kind of told God just take control, and I just did what I do best and used the gift that he has given me to the best of my ability. And so, like I said, it was a learning experience from the judges, Jonathan, Kelly, Erica, Kirk. They taught me so much, and, man, I'm appreciative. I'm grateful.
Yeah. I gotta say they saw you evolve through the show, because I recall when Jonathan was like, "That's what I was looking for out of you." And sometimes when you are when you have an anointing like you, I said, "You know what? I was, it was a tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was a tough lineup. You know what I mean? All the singers are there. It was like, that's a tough one. But when you stuck out, they calling you Little Mama. And Kurt was like Little Mama because you was like the little baby out of the bunch. Man, I was like, yo, I'm rooting for her. Like there was a certain anointing about you that I was just so attracted to in the spirit. So I wish you all well. And Tougher Than Nails, our show, again, it's about forgiveness. It is about trust and surrender. And so we always have a question. And this question right here is like, there's a story that's inside of us all. Like me personally, I've been battling depression. I was suicidal. I have a play called My Life Matters, which we're gonna talk about that with you soon. But this play is based on bullying, domestic violence, and so I overcame all of those things. And so we have a question over here: is what is your Tougher Than Nails? What makes you tougher than nails? Like, what's your story in quick terms, and then talk to people about how they can get your new single.
Well, some of the things are similar to you, just battling with depression and suicidal thoughts, and I was going through a very hard time in my life back in, February of last year, and this was before the show, and just battling with some stuff, just going through some stuff, being a young single mother, dealing with a lot of stuff. I stayed prayed up, and I kept God first in my life, and I just allowed God to do what he was going to do, and I just opened up my spirit. I opened up my mind. I stayed consistent. I stayed consistent in spite of what I was going through, because I knew at the end of the day God had something for me. And so I stayed prayed up, and I stayed focused, and God opened that door for me. And so I just wanted to encourage somebody that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're faced with, that God is able to do anything but fail. He won't leave you. Like his word says, he won't forsake you. And just hold on, because he's definitely going to open up a door and open up a window and pour you out a blessing. So I just want to encourage somebody and let them know that.
Wow. In my Kurt Franklin voice. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for little Ma, Keyla Richardson. You are tougher than nails, sister. I love you to life, and there's nothing you can do about it but love me back. One day we'll get you to come in when you're in this area, then come sit down with us and show that beautiful face and with that anointing voice. Thank you, Keyla, for joining us. And y'all tuned in to the Tougher Than Nails radio show. We'll be back in a few after we listen to So Good.